Hello and welcome to English class. Today we are going to learn the sixth poem from the book Flamingo. The name of the poem is Aunt Jennifer's Tigers and it is written by Adrienne Rich. Talking about the poet, Adrienne Rich was born in 1929 and she was an American poet, essayist and feminist. She was born in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Now, one of the most widely read and influenced poets of the second half of the 20th century. She talks about a woman's experiences in her married life. She has tried to explore the inner feelings of a woman who is living under the dominance of men. Aunt Jennifer's Tigers is a 1951 poem by American poet Adrienne Rich. It appeared in her first published book of poems, A Change of World. Told from the perspective of an anonymous speaker, the poem describes a woman, Aunt Jennifer, who crafts vibrant tapestry panels depicting tigers to escape, mentally at least, her unhappy marriage. Written at a time when divorce was unacceptable, the poem criticizes the traditional institution of marriage, suggesting that it oppresses women. The theme of the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Adrienne Rich is how the power of the patriarchy controls women's forms but not their minds. The poem makes this point by presenting the wild, interesting, powerful tigers embroidered by Aunt Jennifer and contrasting them with Aunt Jennifer, the oppressed wife. So, by this time, I have told you about the poet, the theme, and what the poem is all about. So, now let us come to the poem. Aunt Jennifer's tigers prance across a screen, bright topaz denizens of a world of green. They do not fear the men beneath the tree, they pace in sleek, chivalric certainty. Now, in this paragraph, first stanza, Aunt Jennifer has created her tigers in the panel with ivory needles. Her tigers are jumping across a screen. These dwellers of the green forest look like bright yellow shining topaz. They are fearless and don't fear the men standing under the tree. They are well groomed and smooth. They look honorable and brave and pace with confidence and certainty. So let us come to the second stanza. Aunt Jennifer's fingers fluttering through her wool find even the ivory needle hard to pull. The massive weight of Uncle's wedding band sits heavily upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. So in the second stanza, we can see that Aunt Jennifer's fingers are moving about her wool, but she is finding even the ivory needle hard to pull, and the heavy weight of Uncle's, or you can say her husband's wedding band, still lies heavy upon Aunt Jennifer's hand. That means she is having so much of responsibilities. After that ring came into her hand, she has got so much of responsibilities which is very heavy for her. And her past married life has left only unpleasant and bitter memories behind. Now let us come to the third and the last stanza of this poem. When Aunt is dead, her terrified hands will lie, still ringed with ordeals she was mastered by. The tigers in the panel that she made will go on prancing, proud and unafraid. So, what we can see in the third stanza is Aunt Jennifer will not be free from fear even after her death. So, hard and unpleasant experiences of her past married life will not leave her even after her death, and their signs will still be seen on her old fingers. But the tigers she has made in the panel will go on jumping ahead, proud and unafraid. Aunt Jennifer will not live in this world, but her art and the tigers that she created in the panel will go on jumping as ever. So this was the summary of the poem. All the three stanzas I have explained you. Now let us come to the poetic devices used in the poem. So our first poetic device is symbols. So many symbols have been used in the poem, such as uncle, aunt, tigers, wedding band, Aunt Jennifer's hands. So these are the symbols used in the poem. Another symbols are synecdoche and transferred epithet. So terrified hands representing her being terrified. Pun ringed. So ring in a finger which sits heavily on her hand and difficulties which will always surround her. So this is pun ringed. Now irony. What is the irony used in the poem? So a weak and submissive woman waving a picture of tigers that are strong and fearless. So this is the irony used in the poem. Brutal tigers are depicted chivalric and the cultured man is depicted as an oppressor. This is also irony used. Even when the creator dies, her work will continue to exist. And contrast the characteristics of Aunt Jennifer and that of the tiger. So this is a contrast made between Aunt Jennifer and the tigers. Next poetic device used is alliteration. So fingers fluttering. Two words have been used here, fingers fluttering. First, see the first alphabets of the two words, F, F, that is consonant. So this is alliteration. Next poetic device is imageries. So many things has been imagined, like bright topaz denizens in the world of green and men beneath the. Next is wedding band sits heavily. So these all are the imaginations done by the poet. Next poetic device used is hyperbole. So the weight of a husband's wedding ring. This is hyperbole. Next poetic device is paradox. Aunt Jennifer, a trembling and mastered woman, creates free and confident tigers. Fingers fluttering produce tigers who prance with certainty. So this is paradox. So this was all about the poem Aunt Jennifer's Tigers by Adrienne Rich. Learn it nicely, see the theme, learn the theme, poetic devices and everything related to the poem. So that's all for today's video. Until the next video, keep learning and keep recalling. Thank you.